You never know what you will find, shaping a world that's in your mind. See for yourself and walk with me.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Fear of Mobs. Oh man, that was quite a nap. Man, I don't have a calendar in here, so I don't know how long I've been out. I'm just gonna assume a day. So, I've been doing a lot of work outside of the episodes. I'm excited. I've done a lot of cool things, and I want to show everybody. So, let's get started. Now, here on the surface, there's not much changed. I'm starting up a new batch of chicken. Can't wait to cook up some food. Now, I disabled this portal because periodically pigmen were coming through and it was getting annoying. Let's head down to the basement. This is where some of the changes took place. I noticed this is no longer working. I'm running snapshot, I guess pre-release, 1.8 pre-release 3. Sweet. Cool, I'm glad they've gotten a lot of development out of the way. This thing is broken, and I need to fix it. And I want to redesign it when I do change this. This is such a huge project. Right now it's a small, very small setup, but it's actually a very ambitious project that I have in mind. So we're going to hold off on this for now, but maybe down the road we'll work on it some more. I found Humphrey, which is amazing. I don't remember if I had this in the last episode or not, but I found Humphrey. Yep, it was pretty amazing. He was hidden behind some redstone, like behind a wall amongst some redstone, which is really weird. I put fences around this because spider jockeys are spawning actually very frequently from here, and then they kill me when I idle here. So I put a fence around it. That way they don't get out at all. I also cleaned this area up, so now there's a nice doorway with pressure plates. Look at it, nice and smooth, no more water, no more ugly, messy cave stuff showing here. And then put in some stairs here, so this is very nice. The piston elevator, right back over here, right up there, that's broken, unfortunately. I don't know what it's gonna take to repair it, but I'll have to do it eventually. So in the meantime, I've been just walking back through here and running up these stairs, and yeah. So this is the way I've been going from now on. There's some other things I want to show you. Hold on. Here we go. Splash potions. Awesome. Hey, Kevin. So I've been thinking about this stair set here, this stairwell, the hidden staircase. I really like it. I'm still very proud of it. Flip the switch to open and close it. It's pretty cool. But the problem is, you can't access it from the inside. So if it's closed and you're down here, you're out of luck. You can't open them up. You can't open it up without tearing through it, which is actually very messy. So I want to switch this lever out with a button, and I want to put another button down here, and they'll both lead to a T flip-flop, which will basically do the same thing, except without a switch. I'll be using a button. Alright, nothing's changed in here. One of the previous snapshots, I forgot which one, and I don't even know if I recorded it. All of the paintings are gone, so they're in a chest somewhere. I managed to pick them up, fortunately, before they despawned, but they are not on the wall, and I just haven't gotten around to putting them back on. Alright, Sagittarius, away! Whoa, my goodness. It's very, very laggy here in this farm area. I don't know if it's the animals or what. I might have to thin the herds, so to speak. We'll see about that later on. Now let's see. I've done quite a few things here. Lots of things over in this area. I added this farm here. Before it was sugarcane. Now it's regular crops and stuff, just because the sugarcane was kind of out of place, kind of temporary, so now it's actually gone. The farmers have been tending to these crops very well. I've had to help reorganize because they keep mixing things up. You see, you got all three types of crops in this area, but whatever. What are you going to do about it? I added this. Look at that. On-ramp. An on-ramp to the Skyway. Now, let's see if I can get up here very carefully without falling. No new changes down below in the zombie thing. Zombie grinder, whatever. Now this on-ramp, this took a while to build, and that's why I did it off camera. A lot of planning, a lot of tearing down and rebuilding. It was quite annoying, but it's done. And then this section of the bridge of the skyway is also new. Let me head down a little bit so you can see what I did here. We have a stone-themed skyway there, and then a nether brick-themed skyway here. They meld together over the course of 16 blocks, which is, actually it's bounded by chunk boundaries, so that's kind of cool. And as you see, it just kind of just fades into one another, like they crumble into each other, which is the look I was going for. It's better than a stark, sudden, just, cut. Yeah. So this is another one of those intersections with only 2 ways for now, but we'll right now it's just a junction, or I mean just an elbow. Here's the theme I chose for this part of the skyway. I wanted something other than stone to mix things up, so I did this, and I'm fine with just plain sandstone. The sandstone matches the plain sand down there, so that's fine. Here's the intersection. I actually ended up putting ice underneath all of this stuff. I finished this up. I made this 1.5 blocks, whatever. I made this wider because it was just too annoying. I also changed the railing, or added railing. I can't remember. I don't know. I must have been sleeping longer than I thought. And then we have upside down half slabs. That's incorrect grammar. I'm sorry. I have upside down slabs. Here we go. Let's go this way. Let's just ignore that I said that. So I really like the way this turned out, and the only thing I don't like are all the torches. But it helps light things up, and the reason I have torches is because mobs can spawn on top of these slabs, so I want to prevent that. So that's why I put the torches there. Alright, here's the other junction. This way to the ice tray. I did ice rink. I did things a little differently here. I rearranged how these are laid out. Now these are full blocks instead of stairs in order to accommodate torches, so the path can be nice and bright. This is the ice rink. It's still broken, and there appears to be no sign or indication that it's going to be fixed. Mojang or whatever. No one is saying they're going to be changing this anytime soon. So, in case you're wondering what I'm referring to, ice no longer forms in taiga biomes, which still makes no sense to me because if they're generated, from a new world, they still have snow on them. I think. I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure they have snow when they've been freshly generated, but they don't produce snow afterwards, which doesn't make sense to me. Of course, I could be wrong. Anyway, we have to rebuild this somewhere, and I have a pretty cool idea for that. Alright, and here we are, back... There we go, good boy. Back here at the warehouse. I still have 2 Sagittuses. Sagittus, I don't know. We still have the lovely rooftop gardens over there, rooftop forest. No, it's garden. I still haven't put string in the air, but apparently that won't stop snow, so I'll have to actually put glass in the air, which would be... we'll see about that. I may or may not do that. Alright, and the warehouse is pretty much the same. I've been moving resources over to the warehouse, so as you see, we filled out the cobblestone column and started filling out the second one. Same with... Well, not same with, but I've been moving sand over here as well, so this is absolutely full of sand. It might even be... I think this is supposed to be sand as well, but we haven't quite filled this one up all the way yet. Oh man, that was a mouthful. I brought potions because I knew this would be a lengthy tour. Now, let's head over to here. I'm trying to keep it short, but we're already 10 minutes in, so I want to keep this episode short. We're only going to do a couple things today. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of work here at the... Thinking... Nether Forge, that's the name here. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of planning. I've been trying to figure out how to build this in the best way possible with, using all the conditions that I set out initially, and there were a few times where I was going to just flat up give up, and another time I was planning on completely redesigning it, and then I would come in here to tear it down, and then I would look at everything and say, you know what, this looks great, and I want to keep it. I want to keep it looking like this. And that's what I've done. I've made a couple minor adjustments. One thing is I've added an extra light here, so that means I had to move all of these 2 blocks down to the right. This also, not only was I able to add a light, I was also able to make the wiring down here work. I won't point it out because the wiring here is kind of a mess, but I guess I will point it out. It was right here. I needed a block gap here so that these torches wouldn't affect these hoppers. Upon reflection... Oh, no, it's not the torches that's the problem. It's the redstone on top of these blocks, because the redstone would turn these off while these hoppers were on, and it just negates the whole purpose. Okay, let's head over here. Woo, huge area here. I've been really struggling with how on earth are we going to keep these furnaces fed, because that's actually a very difficult task to evenly distribute items across all of the furnaces and do it fast enough so that the furnaces always have something to burn before the fuel runs out. Or what we don't want to do is put in a single piece of cobblestone and then one piece... I don't have any coal here. I'll find some here. Well, you know what I mean. I don't want to waste fuel. So I need to make sure there's always enough stuff to burn. I guess we'll call those ingredients for now. So I've been working on how to do that, and I've come up with the design for a system that... Please pardon the lag here. I've come up with a system, I've designed it in a laboratory, or that's what I call my single-player creative worlds, that will basically make it so this all works. But it takes up a lot of space, as you can see, but it's very fast, very efficient, and I am actually very proud of the design. But it's kind of complicated, so I'm going to build it now, off camera, and I'll bring you guys back in when I'm done. And hopefully that will clear up this lag we're getting. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, before I get started, I wanted to show you guys one of the basic aspects to this design, and it is how the minecart loading system actually works. So let's see here. So this whole room here, where it's indented, starting from the cobblestone and extending to the cobblestone, that's going to be where the wiring is, and then the actual minecart loading thing will be right here. Right, or actually, no, I'm sorry, it's going to be right on the cobblestone. So we want to take, hang on, I have some resources here. Like I said, I'm not going to completely build this on camera. It's a very big build and I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm just going to show you the part that loads the minecart and how that works. Or basically, I guess some would call this an interface if you're talking in programming terms. I built this a lot, so I'm just going to throw it together and then explain it. Let me go up, and then we're going to go up and up again. Boop, boop, and boop. Okay, this here might be an issue. Yeah, that's actually going to be an issue. I could lower this. Well, anyway, you know what? I'm going to put this here for now, and then fix it while I'm actually building this whole thing. So, put trapdoors there. And then the minecart would actually go right... Never mind. Right there. Okay. And then we'll have it go up one more block, and then we'll place a rail on top. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then once the minecart reaches this point, it's scot-free, ready to go and run its course. So, what this setup will do... Well, let me explain it. I'm sorry. This setup will do the following. We need to hold a storage minecart here so that the dropper can insert items into its inventory. There we go. This detector rail will help determine when a minecart is on the track, in position, ready to be loaded, and also whether or not it holds items. Next, this dropper will actually dispense the items into the minecart. Once the minecart is full and once this whole system has run its course, this gate will open, trapdoor, I'm sorry, and let the minecart out. Now once the minecart is out of there, then this minecart, this this trapdoor will open, and any minecarts waiting or queued up ready to be used will fall in place. This will close, and the whole process will start over again. So I'm going to build it now that I've shown you the basic interface. I'm going to see what's going on with all this lag. I know it's really painful. I'm sorry about that. I'll work on it right now. And I'm also going to build this complicated redstone thing, and I'll show you how to use it. Not how to build it, just how to use it afterwards. Okay, I gotta go. Phew, alright. That actually didn't take that long. I actually was able to build it in just a few minutes. So that's good. I'm not going to explain exactly how every detail works. I'm just going to tell you real quick what the basic functions this machine, this entire jumble of redstone and torches does, essentially. What this machine as a whole does is it loads up a minecart with a specific number of items and then sends the minecart on its way. Then it has to reset itself, and once it's done resetting itself, it then allows the next minecart to come in, loads that one up, and then sends it on its way. So, that's the gist of what this entire machine does. I will tell you what the color codes mean now. The green color-coded wires is the counting mechanism. We have a dropper here with a hopper pointed towards it, there we go, and it has 64 cobblestone, and the number of cobblestone in here, or the number of items in general, represents the number of times, like the number of items to be loaded into each minecart. Minimum. If, or actually, I'm sorry, I should say maximum, because if there's only one item in the hopper, or in the dropper, it will put one item into the minecart, and then send it on its way. Okay, what is this? Cyan, I think? The cyan wool coated wires. I'm sorry about this lag. It's really bothering me too. A new computer is definitely on the list. Anyway, cyan coated wool. That represents the clock. It is a fast clock. It's the same exact one as we have right over here. It is a 1 tick. Basically, the signal length is 2 ticks. With 1 tick on, or 1 tick high, 1 tick low. So basically on off, as fast as possible with redstone. And then you pause the timer using this, or the clock using this piece of redstone going over it. Alright, the magenta, there we go. Magenta wool is kind of, well, it's not specific, but that's all the wiring that's dealing with the hoppers that feed items into the dropper, and the dropper itself. Magenta deals with, basically the question is, do we have items in the hopper, and are we ready to go? Basically. This one here, I just needed a color. This magenta here doesn't count. This is in charge of allowing another minecart into the system. Alright, and then orange is kind of just general. It carries the pulsing signal, on off, through here, up here, and into the dropper. And it also triggers this trapdoor when it's time. So I'm not going to go over specifics. We're just going to sleep real quick and then test it. Okay. There may be a problem with this, I don't know, I haven't tested it, but I'm hoping this works. So we're going to load up the minecarts with chests. From this side, it goes up, goes that way. So it comes in through this track, so we'll put it here and push. Alright, so you see it stopped here right in front of the dropper, and this one closed immediately so that this one doesn't bump into the other minecart. And this one will wait here until the whole thing's ready. Now, what this is set up to do is it's going to load the first minecart right here with 64 items. We have 8 furnaces up there. Or, I'm sorry, 16 furnaces. So, one stack should evenly distribute... Oh, actually, we need to configure this. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, bad mistake. We're actually going to configure it for 2 stacks. Why so many? because there are 16 furnaces, and I want to make sure that one pass with the minecart loads it up with 8 items per furnace. So 8 times 16 is 2 stacks. Yeah. And then, let's see, I also need to do this. This is for something else, don't worry. Related, but don't worry about it. Also, that basically we don't want this whole system to trigger as soon as one item enters the hopper. We need it to trigger only after, say, 64 items enter the hopper or dropper, and that's what those 2 hoppers. Okay, forget it. Minecarts are good to go. System is wired up. It should be automatic as soon as we drop some items in. So we're going to put in some cobblestone. I've already loaded the furnaces with 8 coal each, and I have already I set aside 16 stacks of cobblestone, which means we will have, there we go, which means that we should, if I did my math right, this should work. So let's just load up 8 in my inventory and put them all into here, ready, set, go. It shouldn't go until I let go. Whew. Alright, so it's loading up the cobblestone right now. We're going to load up the rest. Okay, paused it. That's not good. I shouldn't be pausing it. That's really bad, actually. Oh, I didn't think about that. Alright, let's head down here. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh no. Oh, I messed it up. Oh no. This is gonna go wrong. Okay, what have I done? What have I done? This is not gonna fill up with 64, will it? Where does the dropper at? Oh god. Oh, no, I can still fix it. I can't fix it. Oh no. It's gonna run out. Oh no, it ran out. Oh no. Stop, minecart, come back. Oh. This may work. I don't know. We'll find out. Now, right now, the minecart... Actually, no, it won't work. Ah, darn it. Hang on. Man, I always mess stuff up, right? Okay, let's get this stuff here. Alright. So once this minecart is done... Just hold on a second. So it's going on a loop until it's empty. And then once it's empty, which it should be getting pretty close. Yep. Okay, so now it's going to go down, and the next one should be coming up pretty soon. Although I'm not exactly sure how the timing's working. I'm hoping that the next minecart's loading up. Is it? You loading up? Yes, it's loading up. Okay. Now we're going to go check the furnaces. So the timing is the trickiest part, and I'm not 100. Oh gosh, yeah, it's going to run out before the next minecart comes, I think. Oh man. Yeah, I messed it up. I need to kill it. Whoops. Let's take everything out. Alright. I ran this machine for about... How long did that take? Probably about 10-15 minutes. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how long it takes furnaces to smelt. Wow. It worked perfectly. Awesome. Yeah, I had 6 coal remaining, so I cooked the equivalent of 16 times 48 cobblestone, and it's perfectly distributed. Yeah, wow. I checked the other side too. It's perfect. Awesome. Oh, this is so good. So that was probably the biggest challenge, was coming up with the item distribution system. And there are a few ways it could be optimized even now, but given the space constraints, I don't want this to get too big, so this works. This is adequate, and it's actually... Oh, man, I'm super excited about it. You know, I could actually remove one of these minecarts, because I found that by the time the next one was loading up, this one was already... by the time the first one had come in, started loading up, this one had already arrived and was bouncing back, and that was a problem I was having, is they kept... The second minecart, the minecart that was up there traveling, would come in, and it becomes minecart number 2 because the other one's up ahead. And they would queue up, but it would bounce off against this one and bounce back. And so I put this in here as like a way to keep it from going all the way back. It would actually just come back, bounce, and then just do that. So I'm actually going to remove one of these. It's unnecessary. Yeah, it's unnecessary. There we go. So that should be nice. This will work. This, I'm going to keep this here just because it's all put into the system now. I'm just going to keep it there. Phew-wee, man, this has been a project, but I'm super excited that this part is working. This item system, this using the minecarts and these power rails and all that stuff, it works just barely. Like, I'm talking like the very, very last cobblestone is about 3/4 of the way done being smelted before the next one comes in. And the next minecart comes in and it loads everything up, and all of them get 8 cobblestone, and then yeah, it's perfect. It works, and I'm so happy about that. So let's head down here and flip this switch. There we go. So now all the items are being pulled out of the furnaces and put into the hoppers and being sent to this. Unfortunately, it keeps making that clicking sound because hoppers can't keep up with the droppers, unfortunately. It's just too fast. So the final steps for completing this project are adding in basically the exact same item distribution system for fuel. And then once that's in place, we should be good to go. We don't have to worry about fuel being the fuel minecart looping around over and over because, well, fuel, for example, coal. I think the primary source or fuel for this will be coal. That's what it's configured to use right now, timing-wise and everything. The coal will be excellent. It will do the job, and I just need to, make sure I have a steady supply of coal or charcoal. And since coal burns much slower than a single piece of cobblestone or really anything does, I don't need to worry about loading up a minecart with enough to go around multiple times. So anyway, the fuel the fuel insertion system, whatever, is going to go back here on the back side of it. I'm going to box all this in, cover it up so it's not showing, and that will, man, this thing will finally be ready to go, like for reals test run. I also, another minor change, this chest, it is a trap chest, and I originally had a hopper beneath it to prevent, so that, like, I don't know, I needed a different type of chest for this system to work so I could have 2 of them next to each other, but the hopper kept getting stopped because whenever I opened it, and that was messing everything up, all the timing and everything. So instead, I put down a hopper in a minecart, and that sucks the items up, like, really fast. I'm not going to do it. I don't have any fuel in the system, but it sucks up. It's like, pew! Just crazy fast. We're talking like a stack every 2 seconds, so this works out a lot better. Anyway, everything here looks... It works. That's like the best thing anyone could have said. I can't believe it's working, and that's working. So, as this continues bringing the stuff back up into... or bringing all the items up into the chest, I'm going to say my goodbye. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fear of Mobs. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to go look at a calendar or a clock or whatever and see how long I've been sleeping. I feel very drowsy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back to sleep here. So I'll see you guys all next time on Fear of Mobs. Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.
Right through that mark. At last I found me some diamonds. Oh, I'm so happy I could ride a pig.